Hey, what's up, y'all? Making sure I jump into this video because, one, I probably don't talk about it enough. I'm wearing Adidas Nike pants. I'm wearing Merrell 1 Trails. I'm not wearing Adidas right now, and I'm pretty sure Adidas is like, well, why would you show those and show the Nike pants? Because it doesn't matter. None of that matters because if you can go back into the history of my life, I've been an Adidas head since Run DMC held up the Adidas and Patrick Ewing had the Rivalry. I'm going to pull these out. Individually wrapped. I'm not authenticating because I got these from Adidas. Bad timing to get it. Really bad timing. But these things are so pretty, man. It's a Nebraska Huskers. So let me explain. All right, so I got to go backwards, right, to go to the beginning. The Rivalry was a basketball shoe worn by Patrick Ewing. People remember the Commander, they remember the Rivalry, but the Rivalry was a shoe worn by Patrick Ewing in the 80s and 90s before he launched the Ewing brand and left Adidas. Run DMC also made the Rivalry famous. The shoe is amazing. The Dunk, I have to get this story right. I don't want to mess it up. But I went to San Diego State. We're a Jordan brand school. So I'm not a Nebraska Cornhusker, and after the whooping that Deion Sanders laid on Nebraska this weekend, I'm doing this video after that weekend. Bad timing to do the video on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. But the value of this shoe, the importance of this shoe. Adidas did a volleyball day, right? I'm going to take out the other shoe. And you see they're both individually wrapped. The shoes only cost $110, just like the Dunk. The Dunk is $110. It's pretty interesting that the Dunk is more highly coveted than the Rivalry or any of the Adidas sneakers. You got your extra set of laces in here. You don't get that with a pair of Dunks unless you get an SB or an SP version of the Dunk. And I'm not going to compare it to a Dunk anymore, only in the fact that they are 80s sneakers. They are retro sneakers, and that Patrick Ewing wore them. The importance of the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the logo that's on the tongue is Adidas has made Ultra Boost and some other shoes. This is the first time an Adidas original sneaker, not an Adidas running shoe, because the Ultra Boost, you've seen college logos on those. Like my son goes to the U, to Miami, and I'm getting him the Miami version because I'm going to do a close-up, I'm going to do an on-foot. I'm keeping these for myself even though I don't go to Nebraska, but it's the color. The color is so beautiful, and the insert won't come out, but I'm just holding that up so you can see the insert says Huskers on the inside of it. I did not go to Nebraska. I will probably get questions about wearing it, especially after Deion Sanders in Colorado beat Nebraska. But when I explain to people that this shoe is momentous, yes, I said momentous, because this is the first time that Adidas has taken an Adidas Originals or one of the retro kind of basketball looks and branded it with their college logos, the colleges that they sponsored. So you got a Texas A&M version, you have the U, you have Nebraska. But the reason this one is so important is because a couple of weeks ago, and in this video I'll be putting pictures next to me so you can see different things, a volleyball event took place in Nebraska. That volleyball event, that women's volleyball contest, was the biggest or highest attendance for a women's sporting event in history. Over 92,000 people showed up to the Cornhuskers Stadium for football to watch 2 volleyball games. It was an Adidas sponsored event because Adidas sponsors Nebraska. This shoe, there are these signature moments that go down that create the story behind certain sneakers. And you got the varsity chenille piping on the 3 stripes on this shoe, and the suede upper, and then these hits of leather at the heel and at the toe. This thing, there's not a Dunk It's not a dunk. There was one premium dunk that was made. It was gray, and that shoe was beautiful, but it cost $160. There's not a single dunk that compares to this shoe. And that's not to pit Nike and Adidas against each other, but they are automatically pitted against each other. Adidas has not done a great job of connecting the college moments from the history of the teams that the brand sponsored. They've not done a great job of connecting those moments to the consumer. So we forget about Keith Smart at Indiana pulling up and winning that shot for the Indiana Hoosiers. We forget about that. People don't remember it, but there's a moment in time for Adidas basketball that just stands out, and it's an amazing moment in time. Adidas has this fantastic history, and they've overlooked it, and they've given people running shoes and things like that, but they've never seemed to kind of connect to sneaker culture with a sneaker that will just kind of hit. And these joints, kid you not, let me do a close-up so you can see it. And I'm going to put the pictures in. I'm going to do a close-up so you can see the shoes on foot. I don't want to lace them up. I don't feel like lacing them up yet, so I'm just going to start pulling this stuff out. It's an extremely important moment. Remember, Nike and the Dunks have the Be True to Your School movement, right? So because Nike has that movement, or that moment in time from the 80s and 90s, they now have the retros that are released. And the Be True to Your School retros do really well. This is the first time Adidas has Adidas original shoes, meaning rivalries, top 10s, things like that, to represent the colleges that they sponsor. And when I tell you these are beautiful, I gotta do a close-up. I want you to see them close up, and then I'll put them on so you can see them on. But these things are excellent, man. Excellent. A close-up. All right, so I'm making sure, it's very cool. When you get the shoe, they actually have these around the eyelets, these little cardboard pieces. And there's probably a lot of transfer when these ship because that's suede. I want to move this up, and I hate that I'm making the camera move, but look at that. I love it when the suede has a grain where it changes color when you wipe your fingers across it. That's a $110 shoe that's branded with Nebraska Huskers. If you go to Nebraska and you don't have a pair of these and you like Dunks, you're phony. I don't care. I'm going to say that right off the top. Look at the insole. It says Huskers on it. These are dope, man. I am definitely getting my son. I'll be doing a video of the Miami version of this shoe very soon. Now, I want to show you the leather here at the front. Tell me if you think there's a dunk that matches. Look at the chenille 3 stripes. It's like a varsity jacket. And then at the heel, the leather here, super soft. But that's suede. So nice, man. And I don't go to Nebraska, but I wrote an article about the shoes and the fact that this is an important moment. And Adidas was like, hey, Chris, we want to send you a pair of these Cornhusker sneakers. And they sent me a pair of the sneakers, and I'm like, yo, I went to San Diego State. I'd be wrong for wearing these, but man, I'm going to wear the hell out these joints. I just love the color. I love the color, and I'm a blue guy. I like blue for obvious reasons, but man, I like blue, and I'm going to wear these like crazy. So let me do an on foot. I'm not going to tie them up. I'm just going to put them on so you can see them on foot. And then we'll wrap this video up. But beautiful sneakers from Adidas. Fantastic job on their college collection. And I think it's one of the best kind of series for colleges. If you go to one of the colleges that Adidas is sponsoring, you should be on the lookout for when your sneakers are dropping. Just got to say that. But let me put these joints on so you can see what they look like at least. See what they look like. And then if I feel like, you know what, I think I might want to give these away to someone who stays in Nebraska, maybe I will. They're size 13 though. So I got big feet, yo. But let me put these on. Yes, me and my Merrills. Hey, what can you say? The One Trail series is dope. Merrill, call me. Let's do some stuff together. Adidas, y'all hooked me up. These feel fantastic, but they run small. So I probably won't be able to keep them. They run small. They run small. Maybe it's the suede. Not sure, but they run small. They're like a 12 and a half. Get that box out the way. They're like a 12 and a half. So I won't be keeping these. If you stay in Nebraska, you wear a size 12, these definitely a hit for you. So my son's a 13 too, so it may be hard for him to get the doggone Miami Hurricane sneakers. But they run small though, y'all. They run small. So if you're 12, you're gonna have to get a 13. You're an 11 and a half, get the 12. So size up a half a size. Size up a half a size. Dang, these are nice too. I hate it. All right, that makes me, depressed. But that means somebody's going to get these. The first person from Nebraska that watches this all the way to the end, they're yours. So if you wear a size 13, so send me a picture of your size 13, and we'll go from there. But that's it. See you guys on the next one. Peace.